Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you got 11 minutes.
Okay.
With his own talk show, on the mic with Mike, is the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program in the area. I'm your host, Mike King. Appreciate you being here with us. So we are here talking mental health, substance abuse, and also the importance of it as well. So you guys are certified, what's that called? You have rehab houses, is that?
Yes, we do. We have sober living recovery houses.
What's the importance of that?
It's important to have a community for support, right? So when we thought about this housing and what we were going to do, how do we make this feel like home? How do we bring people together to have support for their recovery as well as a community? So it's super important as far as their duration of their sobriety, connecting back to the community, going back into the community as well as connecting back with their families.
One of the things is because that whole saying it takes a village, that's true. But if you roll in with people who are doing the things that you used to do, that does not, a lot of times that doesn't work out as well. So you guys are the caregivers, and I always ask this of the caregivers. So now you got a husband and wife team caregivers, so y'all been rolling in this together.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Who saves the caregivers? Who saves y'all from yourself? Because it's tough. You don't know when to stop a lot of times because it ain't work. You ain't doing it for the money. It's the fact you do the money part to pay for the passion mission part.
Yeah.
How do you not work yourself to no end? And whether it's you or the culture of a business, everybody's looking for workers these days. Now, how do you not work the wheels off the ones who are staying? And how do you guys not have that stuff that you hear every day stick to you?
I think that when you're at a certain alignment to passion, I think that it gives you a certain unlimited level of fuel. Do we get tired every once in a while? Yep, we'll take vacations, right? But, brother, I went from 5 o'clock in the morning, I get up, I generate, and it's part of my routine as well. So I keep a balanced routine and she does too, or we work out, we meditate, we do all the things that, being successful, a lot of times is the habits that you put in place. And then along with being in line with passion that you do, to me, I don't get burnt out. I know that this season in my life is the season in my life, and we've been in this season for about 15 years. We had all these companies for about 15 years. And so at this point in time, it's this is our season. When we get to the point and we doing what we do to do necessary, so when we get to the point where we can recognize it's not our season no more, we can gracefully step back and allow someone else to run it.
One of my good Mike, and once again, how can people find you out there?
Yep. So for me, it's www.hypecounselingservices.org or call in 804-213-0259. That's Hype Counseling Services.
So on the this is a business show, nothing personal, man, but we gotta get onto the money part.
Yeah.
The part that makes the magic happen.
Absolutely.
What type of services do you provide that a person can do that we need to help and support you out there?
Okay. Rephrase the question. What do you mean?
So what type of business services? So people need substance abuse help, and so what services do you provide for them so that they can get help? So you guys get paid.
Got it. So and I'll bore you with how many different mental health services we have. We have everything from services just like talk therapy, psychiatrist.
Talk therapy, man.
Talk therapy is more like psychotherapy where you go to think your traditional. I go to the shrink and I'll sit on the couch for once a week and I see.
Okay.
We got everything from that model right here. We got everything from the guy who holds the clipboard and prescribes you medicine. The psychiatrist. We got nurse practitioners. We have counselors that's like mental health coaches that will work with a person for like 10 hours a week. We have substance use groups where 10 people come together and they're in a group. A lot of different services. The technical names I'm probably gonna throw you off, but we try to design almost every different service that's practical to the population that we deal with.
And what is the next big step for you guys as a company? Know what you smiling for? You got something?
No, we're just always talking about the future.
Okay.
So right now, our goal as a nonprofit is to maximize our bed capacity with 88 beds. So that's the direction that we're going right now, and to feed 1,000 people a week.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
Yep. And I think my goal is just to kind of on a clinical side is just to complete my continuum of care to have like an integrated healthcare system. So I really want to see with healthcare, you bill by CPT codes, your modality, right? And so your modality might be a person who only deals with the foot. And then you have somebody, a doctor that only deals with the hand. It's different specialists. They think through their modality. I want to be able to treat the whole of a person in every which way. So I have to embody all the different modalities to be able to treat the whole of a person. So I ain't got to send them across the street and they get less service, less quality service that I know that my people can get them.
When I go across the street, there's possibility I could fall through the cracks.
Exactly.
I fall through the cracks because I worked in the Army, so I was a medic in the Army, and I always tell people a hospital is not the place to get well.
Right.
Right. And when you start going to multiple providers, something will happen. So your idea is you put it all together and they come one location. How do you increase beds when you're talking about increasing beds? Like, what's that process?
The process is to find the housing, which isn't always easy.
I can imagine that. Horrible now.
Yes, it's going out there, it's talking to the public, talking to, real estate investors about what we're doing and try to get them on board to assist.
Is that when people talk about, that they don't want a certain house in my neighborhood? Is that some of the things, some of the pushbacks that people have? Like, yeah. I don't want those substance abuse recovery houses.
Yeah, and I also think it's a part of how the house is ran. So because our houses are ran by VAR, which is a state certification, we have a certain level in regards to the services that we offer. We have policies, we have procedures. So it's not just people in recovery in a house with no oversight. We have a house manager, we have supervision 24 hours a day.
How is it finding people now? Do you guys run into the same problem like everyone else has, finding employees?
Yeah. I think collectively throughout all of our organizations, we got about 130 employees. Yeah.
How many years you guys got in?
15.
Congratulations.
Probably I knew her since I was in high school. So I'm gonna tell you a funny story, right?
Okay.
All right. So I knew her since I was in high school.
Wait, what school did you go to?
I went to Richmond Community High School.
Okay,
Richmond Community High School.
Okay, so this was a school thing.
We met in
so over walking down the hall, is that what it was?
No, actually I started picking on her.
That's the first step.
I was picking on her, right?
Yeah. How many years later is it?
Oh.
Yeah.
What the heck? On the mic with Mike. All right, okay, so wait a second. So you're walking down the hall.
Yep.
And what happened?
And I picked on. I think our first thing was an argument. She had an attitude.
Out of class.
Yeah. We were both smart, but we were the school we went to was for gifted and talented. So there was only a few people that came from every high school that were selected to. You had this whole selection process to get into the school. So we were all in the school with nerds, right? But we were just from the hood, and we were like. So we started messing with each other. Like, she had an attitude. I probably had an attitude, and so
you was gonna break the code. You was gonna break the code, and it worked.
Yeah. And then
years later, congratulations on that. There's a story.
Yeah.
Like you said, shout out to all the nerds out there.
I know, right?
Right.
It became popular.
Right.
Yeah.
We was nerds before one popular. We used to have to hide our nerdism.
I know.
We had to hide the nerdism.
I know.
Or you'll get the fights.
I went to band camp.
Yeah.
I had no street credit going to band camp.
Right.
Playing the clarinet.
Right.
Not even a manly instrument.
At least the drums.
Exactly. I couldn't take it. I moved over to the saxophone.
Oh man, at least they want the harp. You know what I'm saying?
No. Here you are sitting up in there trying to get some street cred, playing in the orchestra. Well, it did work. Well, shout out to what you guys are doing. It's amazing. Is there anything the program I can do to help out? Just let me know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have you over on The Choice when we're there. So this is part of Mike King's Radio Network, ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Code Radio. We talk to the game changers out there. I'd like to thank you guys for coming on. Shout out to my man Lamar, who's out there with Poplar Springs. You can catch them every Tuesday, 5 a.m. That's where we are. That's where the game changer starts at 5 to 7 a.m. That's where you find us. Wednesdays, we're down at the Hilton. Come on down to the Hilton. We are down there. Women Speaking Sports every Wednesday from 5 to 7. It's a party, and we record it. So if you like First Take being on location, that's what this is. It's not me. It's 6 women who talk sports. I don't talk sports, and so people ridicule me for that. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm on ESPN.